Why isn't my new Toyota Tacoma a 4x4? Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. So why didn't I buy a 4x4 Toyota Tacoma? We're going to get into that in just a minute because I know there are a lot of people out there who are dying to know. But first off, I've got to finish up a little mod, just a little simple quickie mod that I did recently, just to start getting rid of a little bit of the chrome or silver look anyway in the bed of my truck. Okay, here we go. This is just a little simple quickie thing. If you remember, there were some, what I like to call screen door handles over here that were silver, chrome looking. So I pulled them off, I sprayed them with some black, actually bed liner is what I used on these. And now we're gonna put them back on, but there's a couple other things to do. We do have the screws and they still are that same original color. Got a little bit of black paint. Once I get the handles themselves back on, we're gonna touch that up and then probably around the edges of the little inserts here as well, because that's gonna show too, so why not clean that off? Here's the handle. This is what it looks like right now before we put it back on. That's the color it was, so you can see. Do have to clean these up. Of course, anytime you paint anything, you wanna make sure that you clean off any residue or any of that kind of stuff. So a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Gonna just wipe these off real quick before I put them on. I don't want to be wiping against the fresh paint I have on there. So I'm gonna do that, clean off the area here, and then we'll screw these back in. I'll do both sides, and then I'll let you guys see what it looks like now. Okay, that gets those cleaned off on this side. This does take just a, what is this, a T40, a Torx 40 to put the bolts or the screws back in. So all set to go there. Let's put these on and we'll do a little touch up and finish this off. Actually, since this is gonna, the edges are gonna cover up these washer things, I'm gonna go ahead and paint those now. It's gonna be wet when I put them on, but that's okay. Maybe it'll give it a little bit more holding power. So let's pop the lid off my paint down here. My paint had actually solidified down underneath, so I had to poke a hole in it. But here we go, just a little brush just to dab some paint on there. Not too complicated. And I'm not even gonna paint around the other side because you can't see back here. So why chance getting paint on anything? You can't see it anyway. There, that's about it. We'll do the other one and then we'll put these back on. All right, enough of that. Let's put these on. I will say the first time I did this on my other truck, I didn't paint the little insert underneath. And of course you could see that, bugged me all the time, but I never fixed it. So we're gonna get it right this time. There we go. You don't wanna go too crazy because you could break the bolt. I've done that a few times. I'm gonna go ahead and paint those up, get the other side on. We'll come back on camera and then I'll show you what it looks like and we're gonna get to why I didn't buy a four-wheel drive Toyota Tacoma. All right, got it all done. There's what it looks like. This area down here you see, that's where I spilled paint all over the plate. No, not really. It's just moisture, water. A little bit of lint from the cloth I used there. But that's what it looks like. Nice and black. Here's the passenger side. Just something to kind of hide the chrome or the silver a little bit back in here. I think it came out pretty good. Very simple mod. Now, let's get on to the meat of the video. Why did I buy a two-wheel drive Toyota Tacoma? So let's get to the meat of the video. Why didn't I buy a 4x4 Toyota Tacoma? Why did I get a two-wheel drive? There's really three reasons. The first one, supply is very limited. If you want something right now, you kind of have to take what's out there or wait. They didn't have any 4x4s in the configuration that I wanted. So I went with the 4x2. It's really just that simple. Secondly, I don't need a 4x4. I wanted to experience the 4x2 again for a different lift, different setup than I had on my 2018. So for me, there was no reason other than to say, hey man, I've got a 4x4. Well, big deal. I mean, I'm not going rock crawling. I'm not doing heavy duty off-roading. I do plan eventually, someday, I know I keep saying this, to take it up to the beach and run the beach a little bit. That's more of a pre-runner type truck. Let's give you a little clue about the future. So no 4x4 necessary for me. More cost, more weight. Just didn't need it. No reason at all to get it. And number three, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. You see, a long time ago, I shed that I have to have a 4x4 just so the trolls out there won't make fun of me. I really don't care. If they want a 4x4, let them buy a 4x4. And I would bet you a majority of them never go off-road either. But for some reason, it makes them feel a little more manly to say they have a 4x4. You see, I don't need to compensate in that area. I feel manly enough just the way I am. So it doesn't really make any difference to me. The truck is perfect for what I want. I like that it has less weight because it doesn't have those extra 4x4 parts. It should be perfect. The lift is easier to do as well. You don't have to account for all those other bits and pieces in there. I can just have somebody slap one on, which by the way, I will have it done. There's a couple of things I don't do myself. One is wheels and tires. I don't have a tire mounting machine. And number two is lifts. I don't have the equipment for it. I really don't have the knowledge for it, although I think with all the YouTube knowledge out there, I could probably wade my way through it. But I don't want to buy all the equipment that I need and have to struggle through it, hoping I get everything right when I can pay a shop, I don't know, $200-300, whatever it is, to have them do it, and they know what they're doing. Sometimes you just have to take a step back. There's a quote from an old movie. You guys let me know if you know the movie, but a man has to know his limitations. And there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, that's why I have the 4x2. I'm perfectly happy with it. Oh, and I guess we'll throw in a number 4. It's less money. It costs about $3,000 less to have a 4x2. Why spend the money if you don't need it? Just never made sense to me. Anyway, that's the scoop. That's the story. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my little bed mod I did right there. Have you done the same thing? Am I like fixated on chrome? Probably. Chrome removal, that is. And also, let me have it. What do you think of my no 4x4 choice? And justify your response given what I said. Not just, oh, you're not a real man because you don't have a 4x4. Really? I mean, come on, man. Are we in 3rd grade? Well, I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. And Robmotive JT, all about my 4-wheel drive. You see, I have one if I need it. Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.